Welcome back to a 78 Courier video here on ShopDog-Garage. We actually weren't going to shoot a video, so I've been doing stuff. But the drive shaft's back. They've added weights on a few sides. I've got it lubed up with our nice blue sticky grease. Let me show you here. So we did go ahead and lube up all the Zerks because, you know, now is really the time to do it. We've got her back in. Had to lift the rear end to clock it, to get it in, because unfortunately I had moved the transmission and I was stuck between points. So we've got that all back in, and one of the things I've got to face now is, and I just wiped it and I shouldn't have, there was a green drop right here. But look, follow that up. Ignore it on this hose. That doesn't matter. But you can see there's a trace along the pump up this side. So I'm about to drop the car and see if I can feel where that starts. It starts at one of those couplers. So, and we all know those are really fun to tighten. The other thing to notice is, see the coolant sitting here? Well, that means that leaked. So, if I've got to deal with all this, I can, it's not my favorite, but I think we're going to drain the coolant down a ways so we can pull this and clean that up too. Bummer. It didn't leak before, but then we changed to this one so we could have a future sensor port, and it leaked. I got to feel and find out exactly where so it doesn't do it next time. But that's always the price. Well, if I thought I was going to not make a mess, I blew it. So it's going to be hard to trace that. I'm just going to try to tighten everything again. But I got to get that off. Yeah, nope. I didn't have this on as well as I thought I did. Always something. I'm going to tell you, I didn't see that coming. I thought maybe I didn't have it sealed real well. No, I don't know what's going on, but this gasket just disintegrated. It came with the housing, and this gasket just disintegrated. That's a first. All right, so decided to go ahead and place an order here, and trying to decide if there's really any advantage to trying to tighten AN fittings any further. So I'm not sure. I mean, these should be sealed. Of course, the wrench we have for them, you know, even two of them, they're so thin that even with the two of them, you can see what's happening here. So can't put very much torque on them anyway. Really considering buying a nicer set of AN wrenches, but I got to think about that. So ShopDog and I are gonna just keep putzing. ShopDog says we haven't been filming. Sorry about that. It is literally a week later, but I now have a decent thermostat, housing gasket, and I just got the valve covers popped. Holy monkeys, was this one glued down, because we've got some new Felpro gaskets. God, I hope I've got all that stuff tight now. We changed wrenches to something a little beefier. So, you know, that's why this is all off. I had the radiator pulled forward so I could get in and get at this a little better. God, I hope we finally have no more leaks. Gonna go ahead and get this taken care of in just a few minutes. And then I'm going to be cleaning off valve covers, cleaning off the surface of the heads. Oh, how bad's this one? Oh, that gasket split, so that's going to be fun to clean. But we'll get all that cleaned up, make sure everybody looks correct on the adjustment. All you're looking for is anybody that's, you know, sitting at a different height. Math-wise, they should all be within half a thread of each other. So, ShopDog says welcome back. Okay. Hopefully this gasket lasts a little better than the last one and doesn't doesn't leak. We're going to give it plenty of time to cure before we repressurize. It'll be days yet. So we've got our TV on the gasket, which is not my normal go-to on a water neck, but I don't want that leaking again. So I guess we're on to cleaning up some valve covers. Well, I don't know what they glued this on with in the 90s, but boy, is it not fun to get off, even with a carbide scraper. Oh well, is what it is. Okay, I've got this cover pretty clean. Didn't think about this though. Gonna have to find some different hardware, obviously. So, still gotta get over here and clean the rail on the head, but it's not too bad on this side. That'll clean up pretty easy, I think. Luckily, we always have extra hardware lying around, and sometimes we can even find it. So look how nice that actually came out. So, that looks pretty good. Let's get the other side stripped off. This one's going to be a little more work to clean. Alright, it doesn't seem like it, but I've been peeling on that for about 20 minutes. Slowly getting there. You can see all the bits. Between this razor blade, these carbides, and honestly this little stubby screwdriver, we're getting there. Okay, so we now have modern valve cover gaskets. We really like these silicone over a metal frame. One, you really can't over tighten them. Two, we just haven't had any problems with them leaking on any other engines. They work. They're a little more expensive, but not even that much. So that should take care of that leak we had off the back. ShopDog says it's getting a little late. We've got the rad back down. Hoses are all back on. We're going to let this just cure, and then we'll give it another tighten and on another day. Not putting fluids back in it yet. Really hoping that this now no longer has that drippy leak. If it does, I just guess we'll have to pull it all back out and rebuild it all. Haven't built that box yet for, remember we put the 2 temp sensors in the trans cooler here, so you have to deal with that later. You know, 30 things to do. There's still plenty of snow on the ground. Yeah, so sorry this took so long to put together, but I was waiting for parts to show everything going back together. Very happy that we're going to be able to take care of that valve cover gasket leak. It wasn't much, but we don't want any. And like I said, I think this is finally going to take it. I've never seen a thermostat housing gasket just disintegrate before, so that was unusual. So at this point, we're going to say thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.